We do whatever we want, go wherever we want, love whatever we want. It don't matter. You do whatever I want, get whatever I want, get whatever I need. It's about love, 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 love. Obviously got love, love, love.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Relax and Chat. So in today's video, as you read by the title, is going to be the side effects of healing. And I really needed to touch on this episode before we get into any more topics because this is very important to go over, very important to know. Don't forget to unwind with me, put on your favorite pajamas, get comfy, get you some tea, some hot chocolate. Today I have hot chocolate, y'all. Let me show y'all. Okay, the whipped cream kind of melted because I took too long to record, but y'all see my hot chocolate? Y'all see my mug? It's so good. Y'all, please don't mind this pimple right here on my face. So, like I said, today's topic is the side effects of healing. So, I don't want to do too much rambling. So, grab some tea, sit back, and let's relax and chat. Okay, so like I said, in order to continue the series, this topic is very necessary for me to touch on in order for me to continue to provide inspiration for growth and healing. Healing is not a linear process, and that is so important to know before you get on your healing journey. It's gonna have its ups and its downs, and sometimes the downs are gonna feel way more powerful than the ups. And that is okay, that is normal, and that is all a part of the healing journey. And even when you start having moments where you're feeling like, I should just go back to the way I was, everything was so much easier, just ask yourself these questions. Okay, 1, were you happy and at peace in the old ways that you were living? 2, were you growing as a person in those old ways? And 3, why do you want to go back to those old ways? And by being on social media, it's just so easy to get the idea that healing is just super easy and aesthetic. Like you get on social media, see creators, wake up at 6 a.m., go to the gym, come back, make a breakfast, journal, meditate, and repeat. When in reality, that's not how your journey is going to look for you every single day. Today I have 4 side effects of healing to touch on. So let's just get straight into it. So the first point that I want to touch on is loneliness. I feel like loneliness doesn't really get talked about as much as it should. When you're on this journey to become a better person, you're gonna only want to be around people who are trying to better themselves, people who are benefiting you, positive people, people like that. And then you're gonna look around, look at your circle, and realize there's not that many people around me like that. Like a lot of these people are not in that mindset. So you're gonna be like, okay, so I have 2 options. 1, I could, cut those people off and, continue to go about my journey and just be without them. Or 2, I could just ignore what they're doing because they don't impact my life. So it's cool. It's my journey. It's not their journey. So yeah, I'm just gonna ignore what they're doing and keep doing what I'm doing. And you get to thinking, well, as long as I have friends, I'm cool. I'm straight. But when you actually start to cut those people off and you're in that season of isolation, it is going to be rough. Like, it's hard. It's not easy being alone if you're not used to that. When you get in the season of isolation and you cut people off who aren't benefiting you, it's like you don't have those fun people around you anymore. It's really just you. And then there are going to be days where that is nowhere near satisfying to you. You're going to be like, why did I choose to even be like this on this journey? Why did I choose to cut them off? And that is all perfectly normal. Another form of loneliness is that when you have the friends in your life, but they don't understand the journey that you're on. You might have friends that are being like, so you really can't go out with us tonight? You really can't do this with us? You really don't want to hang around that person anymore? Questions like that. And then it's like when you have friends, talking to you like that, asking you questions like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? It's like the only person you have who's on the same journey as you, who's in the same mindset as you, is you. And that can be very lonely. And let me just tell you this, being lonely in your growth journey will end up being the best decision you ever made. When you start to see the end results, when you start to see the benefits of getting rid of people who aren't on the same journey as you, you're gonna realize how important that season of isolation was to go through. Just because being lonely is not something that you're used to doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. I feel like with healing, you gotta get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Y'all, why did I just sit here and... Okay, next topic. The next side effect of healing is gonna be inconsistency. So like I said earlier, the healing process, the growth journey, it's not gonna be linear. There are gonna be some days where you're just doing great, you're keeping up with your routine, you're implementing all the healthy habits that you want to keep up with, and then boom, you start slacking, you feel bad about doing that, you slip back into your old habits, and then you start beating yourself up about it. And this can happen multiple times on your journey. Every day is not going to be picture perfect, and that is so important to keep in mind. There are gonna be days where you feel like, I really don't feel like journaling, or maybe I should text him. And not gonna lie, that be having me in a chokehold. But anyways, healing is not going to be easy. So these inconsistent habits, they're going to happen, and we need to learn how to not beat ourselves up about it. Next side effect of healing is going to be temptation. Temptation is a very strong feeling, and it can be very hard to resist. When you're at like a low point in your journey, it's so easy to get tempted to just slip back into your old ways and go back to how you used to be, because that is where you felt comfort. That's where you were comfortable. You were in your old ways, you didn't have to cut anybody off, you didn't have to stop yourself from doing certain things, so it just appears to be easier. When in reality, you don't miss that behavior, you just miss the easiness of it. Temptation is gonna slip in whenever we're in like a rough patch in our journey, and it's up to you to stay strong and resist it. The last side effect I have for today is burnout. Burnout is very important to discuss. Now, you may be thinking, well, how am I getting burnt out? Why would I be getting burnt out if I'm doing things to better myself? Let me give y'all a definition from a website. Let me give y'all a textbook definition. I'm reading it off my iPad. Burnout happens when you are overwhelmed, emotionally drained, and unable to meet constant demands. Healing and growth isn't always going to be sunshine and rainbows. You're going to have overwhelming moments. You're going to have drained moments. You're going to have inconsistent moments. And if all of these get too intense, it can lead to burnout. This is a place we do not want to get to. It leaves you exhausted and unmotivated. And it's important when you feel these symptoms of burnout to take a step back and breathe. I know this is easier said than done, but it is so important. You cannot be on go mode all the time. It's not healthy for your body to be in that stage of fight or flight all the time. Finding positive ways to manage your stress is a great way to handle this situation. Take some time off, hang out with your friends, take a social media break. Whatever helps you feel better and helps you cope in a positive way, definitely incorporate that into your life. So, growing as a person and healing is not always going to be a happy journey, an easy journey. And this is important to know before you start your journey. You don't want to go into this thinking that, oh, it's going to be easy, I'm doing things to better myself, so everything's going to be great. No, you're going to have these side effects, and it's important to acknowledge them and know them before you get to them. In this episode, I talked more about the side effects to healing than ways to deal with them. So let me know if y'all want an episode on the ways to deal with the side effects of healing. Thanks for relaxing and chatting with me, y'all, and I will see y'all next Sunday in the next episode.
We do whatever we want, go wherever we want, love however we want, it don't matter. You do whatever I want, get whatever I want, get whatever